Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, DwyerBoxingNews.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Of all the fights tomorrow, there is a fight that screams of value. Looks like a value play, right? If the fight had even odds, I would not bet on the fight. But in the Seth Mitchell-Jonathan Banks matchup, the casino is giving you a plus 325 on Jonathan Banks. In other words, if you bet $10 and Jonathan Banks wins, you get back that 10 and you get $32.50 in profit. Now, given that this fight is a coin flip, I like Jonathan Banks on a value play. Let me just say, for all the hype about Seth Mitchell, I view him as overrated. Jonathan Banks is an Emanuel Stewart disciple. Understand, Banks trains with Vladimir Klitschko. He has been in the ring with big men, right? Also, Banks knocked out, not beat. He knocked out Travis Walker. The only person who's beaten Banks is Tomas Ademic, and Tomas Ademic is light years ahead of Seth Mitchell in terms of technique and ring savvy. The way I'd play this one, since Mitchell, of course, has a punch and always has a puncher's chance, the way I play this one is to take the better than 3-1 underdog, Jonathan Banks, and I would straddle it against the under in the fight, simply because I feel that if this fight goes the distance, I like Banks' chances. I think Banks likely takes a decision if it goes the distance. If it's inside of the distance, understand that there is a distinct possibility, especially since Banks has already knocked out big, aggressive fighters. There is a possibility that Mitchell could get the knockout or Banks could get the knockout, right? A straddle of Banks to win against the under gives you both halves of the bet. If Banks comes out and exposes Seth Mitchell and stops him, if you look at the Mitchell-Chaz Witherspoon fight, you're going to see that Witherspoon was landing flush on Mitchell in that fight. Mitchell was in trouble in that fight before he turned it around, right? And so all I'm saying is don't sell Banks short. Banks is such a boxing technician that I believe he's now the trainer for Vladimir Klitschko, right after having been his sparring partner for several fights. So Banks is accustomed to being in the ring with the best. I don't believe he's facing the best in Seth Mitchell, right? I know it sounds crazy. As I said, I would not touch this fight if the odds were equal, but they're not. And I like the greater than 3.5 to 1, greater than 3.25 to 1 underdog, Jonathan Banks, to win, straddled against the under in the bet. Understand the risk, though. If Seth Mitchell outboxes Jonathan Banks and wins a decision, or if Seth Mitchell gets a late stoppage above and beyond the under, then you lose both halves of the bet. Keep in mind, this is gambling. It is very risky, especially when we're talking about greater than 3-1 long shots. Take a look at Jonathan Banks. Pull up his record. Pull up tapes of him. Keep in mind, too, that Ademic fight was actually close at the time Banks got stopped. Right? Banks has been in the ring with highly technical fighters. He's held his own. Take a look at this fight. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments for me here online. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. Let me also say, too, some of the other fights look overpriced. I love Adrian Broner. I think Adrian Broner wins his fight. Make no mistake about it. But at 8-1, he's a minus 800. I don't really see a lot of value there. Keep in mind what an 8-1 means mathematically is the casino has priced this so that if these guys fought 9 times, they're telling you Broner beats DeMarco 8 of the 9. That's pretty rich. That's pretty rich. Let me also say, too, the Carl Froch odds are completely out of whack, right? There again, I expect Froch to win. Yusef Mack, if you pressure him long enough, as Glenn Johnson did, as Tavares Cloud did, Yusef Mack eventually cracks. But let me say this. Did you know that right now you can get Yusef Mack at 33-1 to win by decision? Keep in mind, Mack is a slick boxer. Carl Froch does have a great chin. Realistically, if you believe Mack has any chance of winning, it would be by decision. So my point is simply, the fight is so crazily priced that, if you're looking for a long shot lottery ticket, that'll more than likely lose. But it's so mispriced, you almost have to just throw money at it. Take a look at Yusef Mack at 33-1 to win by decision. All I'm saying is that if the guy is able to dance away from Carl Froch, and I fully expect Froch to win the fight, but if the guy is able to dance away from Carl Froch and throw enough combinations, Froch could find himself in trouble against a guy with quicker feet and quicker hands. Okay? I expect Froch to win. I just don't see the value in betting on Froch because he's so richly priced. If I'm looking for value, when I see 33-1, especially knowing that Andre Durrell, a runner, went the distance with Carl Froch, right? Arthur Abraham went the distance with Carl Froch. Andre Ward went the distance with Carl Froch, right? Mikkel Kessler went the distance with Carl Froch. My point is, 33-1 on Mack to win by decision, even if the fight's in Froch's backyard, it's not that out of the question. Certainly, if they fought 34 times, I would expect Yusef Mack to win by decision more than once. Okay, so take a look at that and keep in mind, gambling isn't about just picking the winner. It's also about playing the odds, finding value. There are going to be times when underdogs pay off. I hope you take a look at Jonathan Banks and also just take a look at the prop bets in the Froch fight, keeping in mind that it did take Tavares Cloud a few rounds to catch up with Yusef Mack, and Tavares Cloud is relentless, right? Mack on his back foot can last a few rounds, right? A 33-1 payoff. Maybe you're throwing money away. I agree it's a long shot with little chance of winning. But wow, those are tempting odds. I think it's worth a look. Let me know what you think. Thanks for stopping by.